November 10th, 1775, a guy walks into a bar and says, "Hey, for a mug of beer and a chance to fight some bad guys, why don't you join me and maybe you'll get paid a little bit too?" And from that day on, the United States Marine Corps was born. 245 years later, we're still whooping ass and taking names better than anybody on the block, and have yet to surrender from a campaign or a battle won. So here we are today, and I just wanted to make this special birthday thank you to all you Marines on active duty, or if you have served, if you're a Marine, brother or sister of mine, thank you for wearing this nation's cloth alongside me, and it was an honor to say that I've done the same. So I'll go ahead and just kick this off. I'm going to make a little special here on my YouTube channel for the Marines watching or anyone that would be interested. This is just a bunch of various memorabilia that I've got laid out here, and I've got a bunch of things, and this is all typically in a box, but I bring it out for special occasions, and when I hold some of these items, it brings back a lot of memories for me, so I just want to go ahead and share some of that with you guys. So I'll get started. This is a glove right here, a ceremonial glove that I wore when I was doing a lot of ceremonies up in DC. In that detail, I had participated in Obama's second inauguration at the Capitol building. I participated in easily 500 or so ceremonies in Arlington National Cemetery, as well as Dover Air Force Base in retrieving KIA, and then I've also done details with certain security aspects and dignitaries and so all that hot, flashy stuff. But anyway, one of my most memorable ceremonies that I had done up there, we had a guest of honor, and he was a Medal of Honor recipient. His name was Kyle Carpenter, and you should look his information up. He's a wonderful individual and really big motivator, but he was an infantryman as well, a rifleman as well, I believe, and he was injured by a grenade that he jumped on, and he was very, very fortunate to survive it, but he's a very humble guy, and I got to meet him, and I kind of fanboyed out when I saw him, so I just got my glove signed. That was all I had on me, and it's something that has just meant a lot to me. So I'll go ahead and move on to the next item. This is a coin right here. I've got a few coins, but I've got two out right here to show you. This one here in particular, as I mentioned just a minute ago, I did a lot of ceremonies. Well, not too many, but I did a handful of ceremonies retrieving the killed in action. And basically, when a Marine was killed in action, within 24 hours, they're sent to American soil, and you have a C-130 plane that comes in, and basically there's a detail that is assigned to take them, take the casket off of the C-130 and take it to a truck so that they can prepare them for the funeral down the line. I was a part of that detail, and typically when you did that detail, the group that would carry the case and everything else, that was a very tight-knit group, and it was a very private thing. We weren't normally contacted by the family or any of their units or anything like that after the ceremony had completed, and but this one time was a little different. There was a MARSOC operator who was killed at the age of 38, and he was a master sergeant. And if you know anything about the Marine Corps, 38 years old as a master sergeant in MARSOC, he was a badass, and unfortunately he was killed in action, and I had the honor of being part of the detail that carried his remains in. But I noticed, that there was a delay in us leaving there, and someone had asked us to stay behind, and the next thing we know, all these MARSOC guys come in, and these guys are machines. They're monsters. They're just alpha dogs, coming in the room, and they're tears on their face. And it's hard not to get emotional thinking about it, but it was a big thing to me, and they shook our hands and thanked us for carrying their brother properly, and they gave us that coin. So that coin right there means a lot to me. It's not the most flashy coin or anything, but it is a very, very valuable coin to me. So this next coin here is actually one that my dad gave to me, which means a lot to me. He gave this to me at a boot camp, and that was just his a token of his appreciation for all that I had gone through, and he was very proud of me. So that coin means a lot to me as well. I'll go on to the next item. Let's see. This is kind of self-explanatory. It's just my dog tags. This was my first set of dog tags I was ever issued, and I got another pair after, so that way I didn't damage these, and I've just held on to them. So those are real good and intact. I keep those in a box. This next item here is a pretty good conversation piece, really. I'm kind of running through all this, so this video is not too long. I'll make some more videos about some of this memorabilia and different experiences and stuff, Marine Corps related. But this piece here is actually a piece of my senior drill instructor's drill belt, which is was explained to us to be a coveted item. But the story behind this is I'm not supposed to have this. Basically, when I was in boot camp back in 2012, I had been in boot camp. I don't remember how long it had been. Probably a month and a half, something like that, 2 months. I don't remember. But we were supposed to be presenting our drill to some of the battalion staff, and we didn't do very well, and our senior drill instructor was very frustrated with us, very disappointed in our performance, and so on and so forth. So my our J hat, which happens to be my favorite drill instructor, I have the utmost respect for. His name was Sergeant Hudson, and now he's a gunnery sergeant. He's still in, so his name's Gunny Hudson. And if you're seeing this, Gunny, yeah, I don't think you knew I had this, or that anyone had this. I don't think anyone else got a piece, but he had cut this belt up to show us, that he was ashamed and everything else, and this was an item of pride, and he dropped it all there in the middle of the squad bay. And when you're in boot camp, you don't get to just move freely, at least in the Marines. And so, I'm standing there, we're all standing there, and he slams the door to the duty hut, and I think I have this stupid instinct to run and go get this piece of belt that he cut up, just so I could not forget the moment, not like I ever would, but it was just a piece that I wanted to keep with me to remember, to do my best, and just to remember that time, and so on and so forth. But yeah, Gunny, I don't know if you know I have that, but that's a very important piece of memorabilia for me. The next item, let me see, I'm kind of skipping around, but these are my firing party rounds. Basically, when you do gun salutes, or like 21 gun salutes, I was a part of that in Arlington National Cemetery for a bunch of details. Basically, it's, oh my gosh, don't let me get this wrong, but I think it's like 7 dudes, and you get 3 rounds of volleys to where it's 21 or whatever. You can do the math. Math for Marines, right? But anyway, I was able to get this bandolier and keep this, and just to show you guys, it is a fact, we fire blanks up there, obviously, so we don't shoot somebody and add to the cemetery or anything like that. But this is the last round I got to shoot as I was on that detail, and after the ceremony, was able to pick this up off the ground and take it with me, so that's a pretty important piece for me. When I was up there and helped with the presidential inauguration in D.C., I got a couple items from it. We got these ID tags made that's like pretty official. It's from the Capitol building, and I just thought these were really cool. There's like it's just our ID, and you can see I was super tired and unenthused. I don't remember what time we got there for that to practice and go through all the checkpoints and stuff. It was a nightmare, but to be honest with you, but I got that. And then President Obama also had given out a bunch of these Hershey candies that has his like signature on them or whatever. I've had those from him forever. I'm sure these chocolates are awful and melted and whatnot. This right here is a tankard that I was given by my company, or I bought, but it was for the Marine Corps Ball, and I was an Alpha Company, 2nd Platoon, and you can see this is our battalion logo, and then there's the Alpha on that side for you. It's pretty cool, really good condition. I've taken care of it. I've got my, of course, my white cover, and then I've got my boots here with my old dog tag in there, and I got a couple books over here that are just honorable mentions from me. This one in particular, this one is American Spartans, and then this one here is with the Old Breed. even if you're not a reader, if you want to get into some military history that's just extremely fascinating and gruesome and everything at the same time, it brings you as close to war as you can get without being there. And it's the Battle of Iwo Jima. It's I believe it's Sledge, Eugene, right? Eugene B. Sledge. He's the author. It's his story. It's incredible. So give that a look. It's wonderful Marine Corps history. And then I'll go ahead and end this, I guess, with this item. No, I've got two more items. This item here is actually pretty cool that I have this in the shape that it's in, but this is my book that I was given of knowledge in boot camp, and I'm surprised it's in this good a shape, because you usually have these things go through a pretty good beating while you're in, and the pages get all messed up and stuff, but it's got my name on there. Freaking everything is labeled in boot camp, every single thing that you have, you know that. Ton of knowledge in there. Hadn't opened that in a long time. I looked through it just a little bit ago, and it was pretty cool to reflect on some of that knowledge and all that stuff. But I'll go ahead and end with this piece right here. This is my most coveted piece of memorabilia, and I believe it is the same for many other Marines, but this is the Eagle Globe and Anchor that I was handed upon finishing the Crucible, and then earned the title Marine, and it means a lot to me, and I haven't got this out in a while. I don't want to damage it or anything, and I usually don't get it out unless for certain occasions. But it's really heavy in my hand, because I remember what it took to get this, and I've got so many memories and stuff that come back of like pain and joy and just so many memories. I'll probably make some videos at some point about maybe just specifically boot camp experiences. I know that a lot of people like that kind of stuff, so maybe I'll do that. But yeah, Sergeant Hudson at the time had handed me mine, and it's one of the proudest moments of my life. So I'll have this forever, and it will never lose its meaning or its significance. But yeah, that was a quick run through. I didn't want to make this too long. I don't know how long that is, but I just wanted to share all that stuff with you. I'm happy to share this birthday with you and all my fellow Marines. And for all of you that are on active duty, thank you for your service. Thank you for everything you do. I mean, inactive as well. Like, just all of you. If you've served this country, or you plan to serve this country, man, it's not going to hurt you. I mean, worst case, you get killed. You can get killed doing a lot of things in this world, but I mean, it's an experience that I wouldn't change. I'd definitely never go back to, you couldn't pay me to go through boot camp again, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. So thank you guys. Happy birthday, Marines. 245 years of greatness. I'll catch you on the next one. I love you guys. I believe in all of you. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Semper Fidelis.